Hey guys, welcome back to Think Beautiful, the channel where I discuss the debacle that is Harry and Meghan Markle. And wow, the truth is coming out. These two will have you believe they were best friends with Jane Goodall. But I'm here to tell you that is not the case, and it never has been the case. And all of this from Jane Goodall's mouth a few years ago. This is scathing. Oh my goodness. This is why we love the internet. Now, I'm also going to show you something else very interesting because I think Meghan Markle doesn't even really know who Jane Goodall is, what she did, and I think she's getting her mixed up with someone else. So I'm going to show you that evidence as well. But first of all, as I mentioned, these two idiots will have you believe that they were the best of friends with Jane Goodall. Why? Because it works for their PR. They love to jump on any news story and insert themselves. And here they are in action. Now, I did a separate video on this. You can have a look at that one where I break down their tribute, which is really just all about them. So I'm not going to go into detail about their tribute. It's obviously garbage, but this is what they have said. So they're talking all about the fact that she was a friend. She was a friend to the planet and a friend to us. Now, they also banged on about how she held Archie and blah blah blah. So let's have a look at this comment that Jane Goodall herself made just a few years ago in 2020. Now, this came to my attention on X. I put a post up about this whole debacle, and this user here, I'm not going to try to pronounce it, has guided me towards this article. So, this is it here. So, like I said, it's from 2020, July, and it says Jane Goodall sets the record straight on her friendship with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Wow, she felt the need to actually come out and set the record straight. What does that tell you? What an amazing woman. I already thought she was amazing. She has even more of my respect. But this is what she had to say. So, this article says, don't believe everything you read about Dr. Jane Goodall's relationship with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the famed conservationist tells People. So, she has told People magazine this firsthand. And she says, there's all this stuff in the press about being best friends, which is absolutely stupid. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. We are not best friends, she says. I've only met them 3 times. It's so silly. Oh, burn, burn. She shot this down 5 years ago. These two think we don't remember. Oh, we always remember. It's called the internet, Megan. You can look up anything you want. So even though Jane cannot talk for herself right now, and these two are parading around as though they were BFFs, oh no, Jane had already cleared that up in 2020. We are not best friends. I love that. That should be framed and put up in Frogmore Cottage or something like that. But let's keep going because it gets worse for Meghan, that is. Because as I mentioned, Meghan banged on about meeting Jane Goodall at Frogmore Cottage and she held baby Archie, and baby Archie was all wah, wah, wah. He didn't enjoy the meeting at all. He probably didn't enjoy being around Meghan and Harry, but that's a whole nother story. Listen to this. When she met with Jane Goodall, when Jane came over to Frogmore Cottage to talk to Harry, by the way, not to see the baby, not to see Meghan. Meghan inserted herself again. But this is what Meghan said to Jane Goodall. And again, this is in the same article. This is coming from Jane Goodall herself. So she says, when Meghan met Goodall at Frogmore, she told me she's followed me all her life. Now that just sounds creepy. She told me, you've been my idol since I was a child. I've hero worshipped you all my life. Wow. Now, I've never heard that before. I never heard Meghan say how much she loved Jane Goodall. I certainly never heard her say that that was her idol. So this is news to me. So of course I can't let that go. I had to do some research, and this is what I found. This article here from Glamour magazine. Now this is from 2017, and as you can see, it's written by Meghan Markle herself, practicing her editorial skills early on, I see. But this article tells us these are the 10 women who changed her life. The top 10 women, idols, you could say. So I would expect that Jane Goodall would be on this list then, wouldn't you? After you have just told her that you've hero worshipped her all your life, you followed her throughout her career. Okay, surely she's in the top 10 then. So let's take a look and see, because number one is an interesting one. Number one on Meghan's list of 10 women who changed her life is Diane Fossey. This is really just a list of people that Meghan can use to talk about herself, let's be honest. But she says here Diane Fossey is her number one idol, basically, because 2 years ago she was in Rwanda and she made it her mission to see the mountain gorillas. And if it weren't for her, these animals could be extinct. Okay. And if you weren't aware, yes, Meghan did go to Rwanda. This was on her Bag of Prince tour that I'm sure Jess Mulroney was all part of. But anyway, here she is with a gorilla. It looks really angry. Can I just say it does not look happy. I don't know what happened after that photo was taken, but run, Meghan, just run. But there you go, Diane Fossey was number one. So maybe Jane is number two. I don't know. Let's find out, shall we? Number two of Meghan Markle's idols was Bonnie Hammer. Now, Bonnie basically gave her the role in Suits, so I guess she's just happy to talk about Suits, so she's thrown her in. Number three of Meghan Markle's idols was this thing, not even a real person. It's Rosie the Riveter, World War II icon, but she uses this as an excuse to talk about the dish soap story. Oh, let's move on, shall we? I think I'm going to be sick. Number four, she said, was Madeleine Albright, former US Secretary of State, just so she could really bang on about how she double majored. She loves saying that. And she also loves us to think she might go into politics. It's basically a threat at this point. Now, her number five, she said, was Joni Mitchell, really just so she could talk about California and how she's a California girl and blah-de-blah-de-blah. Number six, Alice Waters, because, you know, Meghan is such a foodie. She loves her food, even though she can't cook to save her life. But there you go. Alice Waters made the list. I still haven't seen Jane. Let's keep going. Number seven, Julia Roberts, of course, because she wishes she could act like Julia Roberts. It says here as well that once someone told her, you kind of look like Julia Roberts in profile, but that certainly is not the case, Meghan. Wow. Anyway, Julia Roberts, we've seen lots of cosplay of that as well. Now, I'm pretty sure Julia Roberts is Team Catherine, but anyway, let's keep going, shall we? Number eight, Toni Morrison is a novelist, probably so Meghan can threaten us that she's going to write another book. Who knows? Number nine, we have this person you may not have heard of, Suhani Jalora. She's an entrepreneur, because Meghan always wanted that title. This is a girl that went to India and did a lot of work with the girls over there around sanitary products. Now, I do recall Meghan doing the same thing, so she probably copied this girl. But we have number 10. This must be Jane Goodall then, because I still have not seen her. And Meghan says she has hero worshipped her entire life. She must be number 10 then. Let's have a look. Oh, it's Doria. Oh, isn't that lovely? She obviously ran out of people. She couldn't think of anyone else. So she threw in Doria, number 10. I would be pissed if my daughter said I was number 10 of her idols. I'm just saying that's very low down the list. But I didn't see Jane Goodall there. So I'm going to put this to you and tell me what you think about this. So I'm going to suggest that Meghan Markle doesn't even know who Jane Goodall is and is completely mixed up. She has mixed up Jane with Diane Fossey. What do you think about that? That's what I'm seeing. She has mentioned Diane Fossey is her number one idol. Then she sees Jane Goodall and says that she is her idol. Yeah, I think you've got your conservationist mixed up there, Meghan. You are completely clueless. How embarrassing. That is shocking. Meghan has no idea who Jane Goodall is, let alone is her idol. Complete lie to her face. And then on top of that, she's now telling us they're best friends. Oh my goodness, Meghan. You don't even know who is who. Wow. But I'm going to keep going because that's just what I do in these videos. Now, I'm also going to tell you why Meghan Markle doesn't even care about the environment anyway. Because if we go all the way back to the Australian tour in 2018, here she is at the Australian Geographic Society Awards in Sydney, and she is giving the award for Young Conservationist of the Year. Now, I'm sure she'd give it to herself if she could, but unfortunately, that was probably not allowed. And you can see here she is giving the award. Here is the girl that won. And she wants this girl just to shut up, just look at the camera. We're taking a photo now. That is so rude. Of course, she can't go 5 seconds without being rude. But this is the dress that Meghan wore to this conservation awards. Look at this. It is OTT. It is clearly paid for by the palace. This is an Oscar de la Renta dress. It is all out. It is way too flashy for this. But let me show you how Oscar de la Renta is probably not the brand that you wear to an awards ceremony like this, where you're focusing on the environment and conservation. Now, I did a little bit of a Google, and you can see that when you look them up on this Good On You website, they have a very low rating for the planet. They do not care about the environment. Is that the brand you would wear to this event? I don't think so. And actually, this website says that the overall rating is avoid. Not even a low rating, it's completely avoid. They also don't care about people. They perhaps don't pay their people properly. And animals, they couldn't care less. So there you go. Oscar de la Renta is not the brand you wear to this thing. Meghan has made it all about fashion on this night because that is all she cares about. And just for a comparison, to make sure this website was actually working, I put in Dior, and yeah, it does. The overall rating is still not good or not good enough, but you can see the planet, they've got a 4 out of 5. So if you're going to go to a conservation event where you're honoring someone for trying to remove plastic bags from supermarkets, which is what the girl actually won it for, wouldn't you make sure that you're dressed appropriately? Yeah, I would have thought so. But there you go, guys. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were not BFFs with Jane Goodall. We knew it all along. And Jane actually told us exactly that in 2020. Oh my goodness, this is so, so funny. And even funnier that Meghan has completely mixed up Diane Fossey and Jane Goodall. No idea who is who. Oh my goodness, how embarrassing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and I'll keep these videos coming. Thank you. Bye.